So
You're streaming already? Oh, it is noon.
yeah, is it going? Yep, we're live on YouTube for the first time.
Instagram one. Now we're live on Instagram. Hello, Instagram world.
Hello, everyone. Let me make sure that we are over on this little bad boy over here too, because
Up and running on all of them.
check us out. How do we manage?
I don't know.
We manage by little signs of back.
Yeah, there you go. We go with the flow.
Oh, let me share this.
Just
Let me
go
share
with
this
it.
with you.
Have a few minutes while we let people gather and hop on. I don't know how to stop that. I wish I did.
I don't know either, and I think we'll be fine.
I try. I shut the ringer off and everything.
Okay. We are all over the place besides my Instagram, but I'm not messing with that. So I'm gonna just teach people to go like and subscribe. Become one of those.
I love it.
But I do have us up on Facebook so I can keep track there.
Perfect.
So here we are. We're going to start it off. Conversations for Clarity. New year 2021. New format. Fun stuff. I'm Stephanie Joseph. My business is Soul Aligned Services, and I am passionate about just conversation and community and aligning ourselves to our authentic, unique gifts. I love that we share that passion and just truly acceptance of yourself. And so this platform has been super fun, and we are expanding and growing this year. And so for those that are listening in, we're on YouTube, so head on over there if you can. I mean, we've got to get that link out there, but we're growing and learning, so we'll
get it out there.
Yeah.
I'm Celeste, also known as Mothering Healing on Facebook and Instagram. And yes, I love, like you said, that we share so many similarities in what we want to create and what we want to do for people. And my whole purpose is helping people be their authentic self and discovering that authentic self. And the energy this month right now is some of my favorite of the year, and it's a perfect time to sit in that energy and focus on it. So very happy to be here with you.
Yes, I've been sharing more about this because I am so fascinated with this New Year and this time, like the buildup of it, or not even, I wouldn't call it buildup, but just the surrendering of it and not forcing it. You know, the biggest one for me was this fighter energy that we experienced from the 30th through the 5th of January. Yep. And that people are making intentions or resolutions during that time. And, you know, it's like, and I felt that, like, there'd be days where I had to call myself out. Like, you are being such a bitch right now. Like, you need to cool it. And to have that, you know, but also, like, really this year was about surrendering. We did last week's call about the, you know, what do you want to let go? What are you bringing in? We had a fun little, I did my Palo Santos. I haven't started burning it yet. But what was really big for me is what I was able to let go a lot of things. It was really easy to write what I wanted to surrender and let go of. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to the point of what I was bringing in, I stopped and I just sat there and I was like, I'm bringing in love, joy, peace.
Beautiful.
And it doesn't matter how that comes, because that's my overall intention. So
I love it. Yeah. I know I'm surprised I didn't bring it up last week because, you know, New Year's resolutions never sat well with me. They're not something that I ever really, I didn't feel, you know, I had a lot of people, like families around me growing up that would do this big thing where they, you know, write all their things down, and it just never sat right with me. And when I found human design and discovered the Rave New Year a few years ago, I was like, this makes total sense now, because January always felt kind of off. And now since I discovered the human design and discovered the actual energy that we're going through and the transits in the different weeks, it makes so much more sense. So much more sense. And it really allows you to set yourself up for a great year.
Yeah.
It really does. And yes, last weekend was that kind of fight energy up until the 5th or up until yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, right. And now we're moving into that who.
The allies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about yesterday where you're just you kind of have things come up to see who's like meant to be in your life. And like I said earlier, when I was talking to a friend, it's not that you have to cut people out, but it's really about the energy. If you tune into it, will show you that little bit of resistance, or will show you that strong connection, just to show you like who you really want to be your tribe, who are the ones that you want to walk into 2021 and go forward and build things with. That's what it's about. It's not about like letting go of people forever, even though if you feel you need to do it, you know what I mean? But it's more about just really realizing who are the people that you really want to attract, that you want to bring in.
Agreed.
And then next week's energy is really fun too. Once we hit the 10th and we go from the 10th to the 16th, that's a really great time too. You know what that one is?
I have it, but do you have it off the top of your head?
Oh yeah, that one is all about your inner truth.
Yes,
So
yes.
next week it is all about really going inside. It's about really looking at the facts and looking at your own authority and looking at your power and realizing your potential and figuring out exactly what is possible for you. It's all about you and going within and just discovering who you are. You know what I mean? But my favorite is the end, the last week, the 16th to the 21st. That's all about limitation.
Yeah.
And you know, this word limitation carries a negative connotation to so many people. You know, they're like, we've been taught you can be anything that you want. Tell your kids, let your kids know that they can be anything that they want when they grow up. Well, that's a beautiful thought, but it's a lie. And I have no problem telling you that. It's a lie. You cannot be anything that you want. But if you can embrace the limits, and if you can look at what your design truly is and how you are meant to operate, then all of the frustration, all the restraints, all the limitations fall away. Because when you start to operate correctly in your energy and your design and who you are meant to be and what you are meant to bring to the community, to the table, to the situation, to the relationship, then you can't help but flourish.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So the big thing for me when I was learning about that, it's like the limitations of my genius. And for me, that's permission that I don't have to be everything and anything. Like you're saying, like grow up and be anything you want to be. Well, no, I don't want to be that over there because that actually like shuts me down. I don't want to be that. And so it's like, okay, now I can be like, okay, who, because we're working on the who right now, who is going to fill that role of my limitation of my genius? Like who can I partner with? Who can ride alongside me on my journey, because they have their unique geniuses, their unique gifts.
Exactly.
And that like the whole Aquarius and this new energy of community and gathering these people together. Oh my
God. I get goosebumps everywhere. I'm so excited. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to stay quiet about all this, so we got to get it.
I think we can talk about it today.
We have a project that's bubbling and we're very excited about it.
I know. We'll get to that, but let's finish real quick because I'm loving that we actually went through this. So the limitations is until 16th to the 21st.
Yes.
And then we step into the Rave New Year of the 21st. And that's like take the embodied action, take those steps, So right now, give yourself permission to not be forcing anything. Just be in a state of, awareness and just, oh, that's why that person came in, or that's why this idea came in. You don't have to push it out right now. You don't have to birth it, You sit with it. And then when we step into that happy new year, that goes into the 41, the fantasy, the dreamer. Oh, just that alone tells you what that energy is about.
I know. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just step into who you're meant to be.
Yeah.
Get out of your mind, get out of ego, get out of what society has told you that you should be, and just allow this month to really reflect, to go inward, to realize who you are and what your strengths are, and step into those, and then surround yourself with people to fill in the other pieces of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So
Love
just,
it.
I know, I love it. As a reminder for those that are listening in, we are changing structure format a little bit where, well, not a little bit, a lot of it. But each week will be a theme. The first week of every month is just this, Conversations for Clarity. You see my little fancy note back here. If you can't read it, we'll bring it forward.
Might have to make it a little bare.
I know. Zoom in. We would love to have anybody call in. If you have a question and needing a different perspective about your life, you can call them in anonymously. Is that right? That sounded really weird. Or introduce yourself, but we love when that energy comes in. So in fact, we can just bring it closer. How about I just, no.
There you go. If you'd like to call in, we would love to hear from you.
So I'll keep this and I'll remind y'all.
Put it up every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah. It was pretty small back there. But if you have just a question or just going through or conversation that you want different input, the sky is the limit. Nothing is off limits. It's been fun to just have that space. So that's first week. Second week will be Flip Your Words, Flip Your Life. Abraham Hicks, I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, it's part of my new program, Purpose through Authenticity, helping people step into their authentic selves. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is once a month, I'm going to be doing Flip Your Words, Flip Your Life. And these are going to be in-person events that are based on the Abraham Hicks style get-togethers, forums, where we're just going to talk about a couple different topics and see if we can't change your perspective, because words carry so much power, and see if we can't just flip those words for you and that perspective so that you can come at it from a way that will be healthy for you and authentic to you. And I thought it would be fun if we did that here. So if there's anything that any of you want to talk about, feel free to send us a DM or a message or whatever, text if you have my number. And hopefully maybe we can get you to call in and talk about it, because it'd be great to be able to have people to call in and actually discuss the topic with them and bounce it back and forth.
Get in the hot seat with us.
Yes.
Love seat.
It is a love seat. The seat of transformation.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so that's week 2, and then week 3 is
week 3. We're going to do our new project.
Is week 3's new project? Okay, yay!
One of our new projects. Stephanie and I have teamed up. We have, over this course that we've been doing Conversations for Clarity and our conversations with Human Design and Gene Keys, we have realized how beneficial it will be for people to actually see both sides, to see their charts from the Human Design perspective and the Gene Keys perspective. So week 3 will be us discussing Human Design and Gene Keys to go along with our new coaching practice, our coaching sessions that we're doing together.
They have been so fun. We've done a few of them, and
I've gotten amazing feedback.
Yay!
Amazing feedback from people. Yes.
It's just like we talked about it. We did it a couple weeks ago, but just when you layer those two, because they come from the same origin and intention, it's just a different perspective and a different dive into the words and the meanings behind the keys, which are in all of us, the DNA that's in all of us. And in my own business, I am coaching people on aligning their business, their marketing. We're moving away from this, like, this is what works for everybody. Create a funnel, do this, and you'll make $1 million. Like, that's, yeah, overdone with, So I'm all about aligning your unique design with your business and marketing it that way. And so it's been really cool to layer that in with the couple people, but it doesn't have to be business related. This is
It does.
relationships,
Yeah.
life, living, you know,
Mhm.
maybe even you're like trying to find that, what is my purpose? And I hate to break it to you, purpose is you, but we can dive in deeper, and there's words that will pop and you'll be like, oh, and it's
That
very
makes sense.
interactive. Oh, it's so
Yep.
fun. So
It's been a lot of fun.
yeah, we'll do a couple. I'm going to set up basically, well, we have a Google form, but that you can submit your birth information in there, and we'll read a couple charts, and hopefully have people, not hopefully, we will have people call in and we can have that dialogue right there live.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Absolutely.
the cool thing too is what I'm learning through those, and why we decided to put it out there live, even if we're reading one individual chart, is because all of us have these gifts within us. All of us have the shadows within us. And so as you're listening to other people about their chart, even if it's not anywhere in your design, it's in you.
Right.
And it's always just perfect that the right conversation is going to come out of it, right? And so you'll listen and be like, oh, I need to hear that. And if you're like me, you'll go scramble and look at your chart and be like, oh, okay, that's why.
That's why it resonated. I do have that right there.
Yeah, but we'll teach about the chart. We're going to be doing some little mini sessions on this, even in the our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing different mini sessions about all of this stuff too. So, so much stuff coming this year.
So much.
Yeah.
So
and
much.
then,
And week 4 is going to be our next project.
yes. So we've toyed week 4 about what and it might even shift a little bit, but Celeste and I partnered up with 3 other amazing women as this board, this glue of this new community called Collaboration Elevated. And it's really about doing business. I know when I say it every time, doing business different. And obviously Celeste and I are really big about the unique gifts that each of us hold. And why not come together in community and find, develop, embrace, expand all of those unique gifts that are within us. And then as we grow this community, like it's a conscious community where it's collaborations galore. Like
Yeah.
you have a gift that you want to partner up with this person over here. You guys create a awesome program together. The sky's the limit, but we're starting out launching January 21st, the free community part of it. It's called
On the actual new year.
The actual new year. See,
On the actual new year.
we're going to be teaching about this stuff and having conversations of the importance of the energy behind dates and whatnot. But it's called The Courtyard. It's on Facebook, and we'll put links everywhere.
And if you think about a courtyard and what a courtyard is, this is basically going to be a gathering place where you can join and come in, and we'll have a whole bunch of free products that you'll be able to check out, whether it be meditations or, talks or whatever it is that you'll be able to come in and look at and sample. And then if something piques your curiosity or you feel a connection to, then you'll be able to go in deeper. And I think one of the things that I love about this collaboration is that there are 5 amazing women, but each and every one of us is one of the types of design. We have a projector, a reflector, a generator, a manifestor, and a manifesting generator. So you're going to get to experience, no matter what your type is, the perspective from each and every one of us. It's a beautiful thing.
It was so divine how it happened. It was like, as a generator, I'm waiting to respond. And so this community has been on my heart for years. And even a couple years ago, I partnered up in another community space that was more geared toward entrepreneurs. And I said, what if we created like this courtyard experience? Like you have this gathering place in the middle, and I even have this visual, the people gather in this courtyard, they're sitting by the fountain, eat their lunch, having a conversation, and then they can go think you're at a university and you go into this building over here that's all about crystals and stones, and over here is a building about meditation, but we all gather into the center. And I remember when I shared that vision with the person who was creating this other community, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Okay, I'll just put it in my back pocket. And then 2020 rolled around and it was like, oh, you're a part of that. Oh, you're a part. Oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, we have our designs.
Yep. It was beautiful. It's meant to be. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The universe is wonderful. And when you align yourself to your true authentic nature and you follow your strategy and authority and your design the way you're supposed to and honor it, that's what the universe does. It
Yes.
lines things up for you and brings people into your realm.
Yes. And it's just like the word I keep saying, embodied action, you know, it's just being in your in alignment. And then when the things pop, it's like, oh, yep, that makes sense, you know. And so we want to continue to expand on that collaboration side of it, where I mean, this is for you. This is for the community, because we're a big puzzle, right? And we're missing the pieces in the middle of the puzzle. And
Right.
you bring and fill those pieces. And that's the whole premise of it. And it's all about elevating the one. It's about going in within yourself. None of us are your gurus. None of us would claim to know all the answers. And you get to decide for yourself. So
Exactly.
it's so fun.
Exactly. So exciting. Good times.
So there's the format going forward. And obviously we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook. You're on your Instagram. I'm going to let that one go because it's too hard for me to.
Many for you to navigate. Oh.
So here we are. So this week, so anybody got just questions? Let's just hear you. Here's the call in. Whoop.
There's a call in if anybody wants to call, but while we're waiting for anybody to call, I'm totally going to shift the topic.
Wow, I love it.
Because I am so excited. Have you watched that movie?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I haven't finished. I admit I haven't finished.
Oh.
A lot to take in for me.
Okay, well, you have to watch that one and you have to watch Unacknowledged, his first one. Oh my goodness. I couldn't sleep last night. I am so excited. I have already been talking to some of my students and we're already planning a trip. I've bought the app. I've already started listening to the meditations. I am ready.
Let's share, because let's let everybody in on
all over, huh? So there's a movie that was just released on Prime, on Amazon Prime, called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, CE5 it's called, by Dr. Stephen Greer. I suggest maybe watching his first movie first, called Unacknowledged, which is also on Prime. I think it's also on Hulu, but I'm not positive. Oh, when I watched this movie, it brought everything that I have been doing over the past few years to so much a deeper level of understanding, like the remote viewing, the meditations that I've been working on, the healing circles that I've been doing. He basically teaches you, he Unacknowledged tells you how much the government, and he shows you facts, has been hiding from us about aliens and extraterrestrials. Then on this one, he literally shows you how we can communicate with the aliens and actually have them come to us so that we can see them. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to go and do a trip and have this happen. And what was really like, what put me over the edge was in my healing circles that I do on Tuesday nights. It's usually loved ones that come over, sometimes some famous people. You know, we've had Prince, we've had Princess Diana, some really, you know, come in. But we've also had some aliens. And one of my guides is an alien guide. And it is my favorite guide. And a few times they've come in. And I've always in my mind thought, just like the spirit world, that they are just coming, you know what I mean, as guides, they're there. No, watching this movie made me realize that the intention and the energy that I put out in communicating and the astral projection and everything else that I do is actually calling them in. And they are actually there. And it is amazing. And we did it again last night in my circle, and it was so powerful. I'm
so here in the beginning, or in the past, when he's shown up, you've received him as like a guide, but he's in an alien type, or a alien type form.
Yeah.
And so that's how your perception, but watching this movie, you now believe he's physically there.
Yes. Energetically there.
Energetically there.
Energetically there.
They're not physical. Yes. That's what the movie talks about. That's what's so fascinating. It's like this telepathy.
It's basically teleporting. Yeah.
And because they can't, you know, we're in this 3D world right now, and this earth is a 3D world. And when we get into meditation and the remote viewing and getting to that space of consciousness, then that's when they can enter that space.
Yes. Absolutely, 110%. The heart brain connection work that I've been doing, following Greg Braden, that is in part, all of my, that's in weekend one. We talk about that connection and how important it is. And that's part of it. And I'm like, all the pieces came together, all the pieces. All I could see was, it's so funny because I had a flashback to one of my downloads that I had last year that I'm sure I told you about, that I know I'm going to stand and see a flying saucer, a spaceship in the sky above me. You know what I mean? Before I die, I'm like, I've seen it like 5 times, clear as day. And then I saw this movie and I'm like, oh, hell yes. Yep. And it's going to happen in 2021.
Well, the cool thing is they've been doing, some of those videos were from the 70s is when he started his work,
Yeah.
right? And then they've been doing these events all over the world. And in fact,
All over the world.
I was watching it and I was like, my mind, ego said, huh, they're all in the US. And then the next video was like Australia. I was like, haha, you're funny.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Nope, they're not. All over the world.
So
it's
cool.
incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, so that's when we talked about aliens a few weeks ago.
Yep.
That was a fun conversation with some friends on Instagram. So if anybody else has watched that movie, we'd love your insights. Oh. Yeah,
so watch the movie. Finish it.
I'm finishing it. I've been doing it when I go out on the treadmill, and yeah, I just need to come back to it and finish it and then watch the other one.
Okay, let's see. You got any questions on your end? I'm going to check Instagram.
No, I do not.
Janice. Hey, Janice.
Oh, hello.
She says, I would love to know a tip for sprucing up your space to improve your mood. Tap into all 5 of your senses. And this is a technique that I had to use when I was trying to battle my deep depression. And, you know, when you get in that dark space, it's so hard to think of anything else but all the negative that's around it. And I'm not saying that you are in your space, but when you just find one thing to focus on that brings you love and gratitude and joy, and then take that one thing and try to tap into all 5 senses, physical senses of that one thing, and then surround your room with that smell, that color, you know what I mean? A picture, a texture, whatever, and put those things around you. And then your brain is going to be triggered to remember that feeling, you know what I mean? That love, that gratitude, that joy that you get from that item.
The other thing that popped up is fresh, like the word like fresh. So buy yourself, order you some flowers and have them delivered to you, and just have that freshness, that life, you know, the aliveness in your room.
Change the flow. Try changing up the flow of the room. Maybe you're just stagnant in the way it's designed. You know what I mean? Sometimes just changing up the flow can switch the energy. My ex-husband used to get so mad at me. Every 3 months, I would have to change my whole house around. And I never asked him for help. I just had to do it. He'd come home and the whole living would be rearranged. Our bedroom would be rearranged. I'm like, I just need a flip. I just need the energy to move differently. And I didn't know why then, but that's why I did it.
It makes sense. And I think that's the part of the letting go, the 16th to the 21st is the, you know, clutter and really like creating that space. So this month, I mean, let the stuff go and clean up areas and remove that stagnant stuff that's still just sitting around. I'm speaking for myself here.
Yep. It happens.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a process. I'm excited. I'm remodeling my whole office, and that's gonna, over the next couple of weeks.
That's exciting.
It is fun. It's fun.
Exciting. And colors, bringing in fun colors is always a good thing too.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, Kat?
Did you share it to my Facebook? I was gonna say I didn't log on.
Maybe yeah, I did, but I think I get it still from my side.
Oh, okay, no problem. I was gonna say I'm not watching that one for questions. And remember, if you'd like to call in, you can call in. We'd love to have a conversation with you. But anything you'd like to talk about, Stephanie has a little sign with the phone number that you can call from if you'd like to. 346-248-7799. And you can do it anonymously, or you can introduce yourself. Whatever you're comfortable with.
That's right. We'd love to have you. Oh,
What else?
silence is good.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I missed a question. Angelica just asked me if I saw her question. So let me try to stroll back. Let me try to scroll backwards.
Hold on back.
Oh, how do you determine if what you're feeling is medical or like actual energy, such as shaking, vibrations, etc.? That's a good question. I know that when I was going through a lot of shifts and doing my healing and trying to not like get rid of all the pharmaceuticals and get all of that stuff out, that's a big question. You know what I mean? When you're tuning into the energy, you're not sure. For me, I had to learn to tune into my heart center and to ask myself and to really pay attention, and ask them, what is this? You're a generator. So all you have to do is tune in and ask that yes, no question. Is this medical? Do I need to get help? And you're going to get that answer, which is beautiful. I can't remember what Angelica is. I want to say she's an emotional. I can't remember, but for me, it was really about just trying to tune into myself more and more. Now, of course, if you have a feeling that you should get checked out, then get checked out. But there are many, energy can do that. It can cause you to feel like shaky and almost like you're vibrating, cause headaches, cause body aches, pains. So there are a lot of symptoms that, think about how many times people go to the doctor and the doctor's like, well, I'm not sure, but hey, let's try this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized I had to stop. Unless you have a specific, like, you're going to sit here and tell me my bone's broken and this is what we need to fix it. That doesn't work for me. Like, I don't want to be throwing chemicals in my body just because you think I might have something.
Just try it just to see.
Right. So the more that you can like meditate, tune into your heart center and really like feel into it yourself and ask the questions, you'll be able to get them. I was able to.
Let me look real quick. I'm curious.
It's all about learning for yourself. Hey, Alyssa, you just missed our whole talk on aliens.
Oh, that was
You're
our.
gonna have to go back and listen to the re-recorded part.
Oh,
You'll love it.
Angelica, just a second. I'm actually going to just double check because I think that would be fun to talk about. So hold on one sec.
What is the YouTube channel again?
I don't know if it's searchable yet.
Oh, okay.
If you go over to my Instagram, it is in my bio, and then we'll get yours set up.
So I think you heard that, Janice. If you go over to Stephanie's Instagram, it's in her link in her bio.
Hold on. This is going to be fun when we do this on week 3.
I know.
We have this all ready to go.
And hopefully people will call in and be guinea pigs for us.
Angelica is emotional.
She isn't. That's what I thought. Emotional.
Yeah.
Yep. Not that clear-cut answer like you get, Stephanie.
You need the double check emotions. Yes.
Yep.
It'd be a yes, but then just wait a little bit.
Yep.
She's a 5-1. Does that say anything about from a health perspective?
Just that 5-1s have that heretic investigator. So they have that, they want to share. They have that great insight. So it's all about that learning exactly who to share with and when, and not allowing it to affect you when they don't jump on board. with the information you're trying to give. From a health perspective, I'm not sure. I would have to look. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pull that up here. I'd have to go a little deeper for that part.
Let me look.
We can do that one of these times too, though. Look at their digestion, and
Oh yeah, and there's some
Yeah.
fun stuff.
we can look at all that stuff at one of these weeks when we do the human design and gene keys. We'll go into those.
I had
She said emotional wreck sometimes. Yes, I understand that, sweetie. Just honor it. Just remember to honor it.
that's been a fun one for me to learn with my kids because they're all emotional and
Ah,
they're generators, and it's been, and my husband even, and it's been interesting because I'm like, I just know, like you just know. But I've been watching that ride, and even in I'm in a mastermind group where we're all generators, so we're just sharing life's experiences. And somebody had shared about child got really emotional about something, and then my emotional center is not defined, and so
ah,
like, I want to act like,
yeah.
get pissed off that why are you even so emotional about this, and so it happened the other day, the other night my daughter was going to bed and she had an emotional night, and we just talked, and I was very calm,
Beautiful.
so cool. And then even when she was going to bed, she's like, Mom, thank you for talking to me.
See? Oh.
I know. And then dad came in later. We were like, and he's like, yes, Amelia told me, and I put, was giving her kisses for bed. And she said, when Mom talked to me, I was upset, but Mom talked to me. It was so cool.
Oh, I get goosebumps everywhere. See, it makes such a difference. Isn't it beautiful?
It
When
is.
we can just honor where people are instead of judging them. I
Yep.
love it.
It was so fun.
I love it.
It was so good. I'm gonna look up one more thing on Janice or on Angelica, see if this helps. Because I can.
Yes, you can.
What keeps you healthy?
I don't know what you're looking at.
So, and the gene keys and the incarnation cross from Human Design,
Oh,
the fourth number is your radiance. Your third number is the radiance. So what keeps you healthy.
mhm.
And from a shadow perspective, Angelica, that you have agitation, and
Yes.
is initiative. So I'm from a health perspective, if you're feeling that agitation, like not getting the answers you want, or not getting, like, you're not trusting yourself or trusting your position or other people, like, then that's a sign that you're not in alignment, that you're just at that shadow frequency. So initiative is taking initiative for your health, is tell them, this is exactly what I'm feeling. This is exactly, and even initiative with yourself, like you're asking the question is related to whether it's a spiritual or more a health, how the question was related. So you can take the initiative yourself and ask your body what it needs, ask your body what this means.
And is she a manifesting generator?
Nope.
She's just a generator.
Mhm.
Okay. She's a pure generator.
Just a generator.
I know. I changed that after. I didn't mean it that way. I mean, there's no extra. She's a pure generator. I apologize. I'm going to get that word out of there.
And I'm getting called to share this. So this is on, if you go to Gene Keys, GENE Keys, because I realize sometimes I'm saying Gene Keys. This is the free information, Angelica, but it says, for your radiance, what keeps me healthy? More than anything else in life, you need excitement to keep you alive. The more you follow your own way, the healthier and more radiant you become. Likewise, the more you allow others to coerce you into conforming, angry or dejected you will become. Everything about you is original, so don't copy anyone else. You are a creative being with a love of the unknown, which means that fear should never be something that worries you. Fear for you is always something that must be confronted and absorbed, and then it will never get in your way.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then the environment you live in should reflect your inner world and may be startling to others, but that is who you are. You are one of a kind.
Absolutely.
Yes, go ahead. So hopefully that provides.
But being a pure generator, it's also important to make sure that she's expunging her energy too.
Mm-hmm.
Being just complacent and not, and when you're on that emotional wave, you have to honor when you have that downtime. But if you have that buildup of energy, you want to be able to release it too. Find an outlet to get rid of it, to get moving and get that energy out. Have a
Yep.
dance party.
Have a dance party. Move it. Get outside. Yeah. Any questions on Instagram? This was fun.
She said sometimes that's all that is needed is to talk it out. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked.
Nope. Anybody else have a question out there?
We've got 20 minutes. It's that magic mark.
We always seem to tune in right around 12:40. It's so funny. But hey, we're here every Wednesday, trying to have a little bit more structure to it in 2021. But every Wednesday we'll be here for you, 12 Mountain Standard Time, for whatever you want to talk about. And that's something I want to bring up too. Even though we're trying to bring more structure into it, don't feel like you can't go off course. If we're talking human design and gene keys and you just have a question that is burning at your heart and you want to know in that moment, please feel free to share, because we're doing this for you.
Yes.
So just let us know.
Yes. We even when we talked about structure, we both went, ooh, but it's like that flowy structure. Like
exactly.
But you don't just get us sitting every week going, we always find stuff to talk about. I'm not worried about that, but.
Yep. Alyssa says she doesn't have a question, but she would love a card. We can do that too, Alyssa. But make sure you go back and listen to the recorded part, because we talked about aliens and you're going to be sad you missed it. There's a movie you have to go watch.
Teaser.
Huh?
I said, you're teasing her.
Yeah. No, I just know how excited she is. She's going to want to join the group. That's why I'm telling her. She's totally going to want to join the group.
Okay, well, we talked about that. So we're going to, this courtyard, this new group we're creating, it is open. The Facebook group is open. I'm going to put the link there, but just know it's officially launching January 21st, but there will be, it's hopefully going to be all sorts of conversations in there.
So your card, Alyssa, is practice moderation. Practice moderation. And when I feel into that card, I feel, it feels family life. It feels like home life that may be a little bit too crazy, maybe a little chaotic right now. And I just feel like they want you to slow down a little bit and not try to pack so much in the day. Does that make sense? Not try to just feel like you have to get it all done. If things don't get done, it's okay. Just relax and the world's not going to end. I have a friend in California that used to always say every time something bad happened, she'd say, it's okay. Nobody can take your birthday away. And I used to think that was so cute because it's true, you know? It's like everything is perspective. Everything is perspective. It's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you healthy? Are you all right? Are you mentally okay? Everything else is just perspective. They're just things that can be dealt with. So don't feel like you have to do everything. Buy into moderation right now.
The food and drink was coming up for me, so I'll let you take that and run with it. But maybe that's included in the healthy environment. And
Yep. Wow. Any other questions? Oh, the kids have questions.
Yeah.
What?
Butt cheek. It's the common.
Oh.
This age where everything is about butt and butt cheeks.
How fun.
And
those are the good old days.
She heard me talking about it. Oh, they're fun.
They are. They are. I miss mine being little.
Yes. And I really am excited to bring in when we're talking about the human design and the interactions and the relationship aspect.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Because it is, I've received so much great feedback from the sessions that we have done so far with people. I'm so excited that we decided to team up and do this human design and gene keys together. And like you said, it can be a coaching session. So if you just joined, Stephanie and I are now doing human design and gene key coaching sessions together. You get both of us for the price of one.
Right.
Um, and it can be about business. You know, if you're struggling a little bit, it can just be about purpose in life. It can be about anything. There's no boundaries. We both hate staying in these boxes. We like to think outside of the box. So we have just teamed up and we just get together with you and we look at your human design chart and your gene key chart and we just intuitively see what we feel is really good for you to hear right now in this moment.
And have it be an interactive session. That's really, really important because um, Richard Rudd, and he talks about this a lot on Gene Keys, and it's all personal contemplation. And, you know, there's so many awesome resources on his website that I'll always send people to. But it's about that question, the dialogue side of it. And having that safe space to, you know, like it was been fun. We look at it like as the few that we've done, I didn't know them previously. And to come into that space and just say, what does this word mean to you? And then see tears come down, you know, like that type of, I mean, because I don't know what it means to you because, you know, that's really been a fun learning for me to just say it, you know, and you've been a great role model for me in that, because you know your life so well, you know your relationships, you know your experiences. And so it's really that dialogue piece of asking you a question and you seeing, you know, oh, that makes sense why I've struggled in that area. And it's just permission to be you.
Yep.
Permission to accept who you are. And yeah, they're super fun.
It's amazing. And we had a question on how much those sessions are. And right now, those sessions are $111, that magic number that we all love.
111, and you get it's Zoom, and then you get the recording. And if you have follow-up questions, we are happy to answer any follow-up questions because those can come after you digest it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they're so fun.
Exciting. So exciting.
So,
oh,
we got
let's
any
see
other,
what else. Any other questions?
energy talk? Let's see. And it was fun last week to talk about the releasing and the Palo Santos. That I actually want to learn about Palo Santos. Can you tell me? I know, I love it. What's
what?
What's just the, like, I'm just looking at it and
the shamans are the ones that started using this, as far as I know. And it's in Peru. It's actually a tree. And when the tree would fall in the forest, then they would harvest the wood. They considered it a sacred wood, and then they would use it. So I always tell people, be careful where you purchase your Palo Santo. Just because now that it's become so popular, some people are like really ruining the industry and like cutting trees down and just to get it. So I try to make sure that whenever I purchase Palo Santo, that it is ethically sourced so that we're not destroying what is left out there. It is used for clearing. It's used to help clear energies and to bring in positive. It's called holy wood. That's what they like call it, is holy wood. So for me personally, and it's all about intention, I use sage to completely clear myself. So when I come home after going out, I will sage myself and just completely clear all my energies and everything. But I use Palo Santo to bring in the positive, to bring in what I want in life, to attract. I keep one in my car. Sometimes I burn it when before I'm gonna go in and see a client, so that I, have that energy and feel like I have a great session. I have a piece in my backpack. I always have Palo Santo with me. And it can be used to clear also, but I feel like it just is like this, for me, it's like this attractor, like this powerful magnet and attractor. And I love the smell.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
when my kids, the smell bothers them. What's coming up for you about that?
Your kids say the smell bothers them?
Mhm.
Interesting. Because my daughter hates it. She says it gives her a headache every time that we burn it. And she was the first person. I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah, let me know. I'm curious because nothing's hit up to me, popping into it. But every time I burnt, Mom, you did that again, and it's both of them.
But not sage?
Sage, I think, bothers them too. I don't burn sage.
Oh,
Sage bothers my husband, and so I don't. Yeah,
we're going to have to look into that.
yeah. If it's
We'll
something.
have to look into that. But that's interesting. Yeah, my daughter doesn't like Palo Santo. It makes me so sad. It's one of my favorites.
Mine too. I'm like, I'd walk around the whole house with it.
I know. That's basically what I do.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
Huh.
Interesting, huh?
I know it is. It is.
Oh,
I feel like it's a vibration thing, but I'm not, you know what I mean? When I like that initial kind of, but we'll have to read into it a little more.
yeah. So you don't know everything?
No, sorry. I really don't. And I like it that way.
Yeah, me too. It's all in the unknowing. It's the
So if
curiosity.
you out there have any knowings on the Palo Santo, please feel free to share with us.
Yes, bring that into our space.
Oh,
Minutes, so we have time for a couple more questions if anybody has it.
we do.
Check
Yep,
over
10
here.
more minutes. So if you have a question, please feel free to type it in. We even have time for you to call in if you'd like. But a reminder, next week we will be doing Flip Your Words, Flip Your Life. So if there's anything that you'd like to talk about, if you'd like to be one of our callers, please let us know. Send us a DM or a text so that we know and we can put you on the list. Or if you just have a question that you'd like us to talk about. It's kind of hard to do if we don't have participation. So
Yeah, we'll model it for you all. I'm coming with my own something
perfect.
then
I
and
love it.
model it. But yes, our vision obviously is to have you guys interact with us and sit on that. What'd you call it? The transformation
The
seat.
seed of transformation.
The transformation.
Okay, we have a question. I had to stop the video because I'm in the middle of work, but I have questions on what it means at the end of January about limitations.
Ooh.
So we talked about how for the Rave New Year from the 16th to the 21st, that energy is limitations. And people tend to take that on take a negative connotation from that word. And it's not. The whole point is to honor yourself. The whole point, the going within from the 10th to the 16th, it's all about going within and learning what your authenticity is, learning what your design is, and living within that power, that magic that you have inside of you, and not trying to be what someone else wants you to be, or not trying to be what someone else is. We all have limits. It's our life is designed to be that way. And that is why we bring other people into our tribe, into our community, so that they can fill in and match those pieces of the puzzle that we're missing. And then together we can build something beautiful. We're not meant to be able to do everything that everybody can do. That's not how we're designed. We each have our own unique gifts. And when we can let go, when we can kind of surrender to the limitations, then they actually fall away and you don't even realize them anymore because you are living so authentically that everything just is beautiful and magical.
Well, they're not, like you were saying earlier, they're not limitations after you
Exactly.
surrender them, because your genius, when I think of an it's opposite word, which it's not, but your genius is what emerges. And so the only other thing that I want to add is it's like surrendering your limitations of your genius as well, like
Yes.
giving yourself permission to just let those things go that just don't give you that spark. And what's coming for me, I had a client yesterday, we were working through I'm helping him with rebranding and marketing with alignment. And I had him go through an exercise, and I invite you guys to do this. You can do it now, but the energy will be really popping at that 16th through the 21st. But write a list of like brain dump. Do it without judgment. That divine writing, just write
Without judgment.
write the things that just come to you about these are my gifts, or this is what I do. And I'm using that word consciously, like this is the stuff that I do. And then next to it, after you write it, just take some time to write them down, whatever comes. And then in the next to it, say, love it, like it, or meh. And the meh is like, I don't need it. The like it can fit in that category, where then you can kind of be with it a little bit more. But the loves are the things that you're growing. And then the meh, let them go. Let them surrender them and trust that if that is something that deserves to be in your life, whether a business or personal life, that the universe will provide for you, and someone or something will show up to fill that need.
Yes.
It's not yours.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we just had a response. I definitely need to learn to let go what doesn't give me the spark. A lot of people struggle with that. They struggle with letting go of things. So when it comes to that, I'm going to challenge you. Don't focus on what you have to let go of. Focus more on what gives you the spark and what you want to focus on. And that's what it means to be in the limitations. You know what I mean? To just let those go. Don't focus on them. Focus on who you are meant to be. Focus on what brings you joy and what sparks your soul. Mm-hmm. And when you focus on all of that, the rest just kind of goes away on its own without any work.
Yeah, the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks is coming up as a resource for whoever asked that. And it talks about your zone of genius and your zone of excellence. And the excellence is that stuff that we've just done because we're good at.
Yes.
And we just kind of get stuck in that habitual habit of just doing it because we're good at it. But when we shift into the zone of genius, the excellent stuff kind of just goes away, and you want to be operating in this book, he talks like 70% of your time in that zone of genius in life. If you're in business owner or if you're an employee, whatever, you're operating 70% in that zone of genius, because that's what lights you up. Time disappears when you're in that space.
Yes.
Go, you're just doing it. So
exactly.
So hard to let go when especially if it's something that you've been doing for a long time, that you've mastered it. You are skilled at this thing. But damn it doesn't light you up. It doesn't. It can slowly.
If it's not lighting you up, focus on what does.
Yes.
Ooh. That's the easiest way I've found.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way I've found. What a great day. Thank you so much, everyone that joined. These were some fabulous conversations. I love Wednesdays.
Me too. All right. Well, I think if we don't have any other questions, we can wrap it up.
Yeah. Don't forget, next week, flip your words, flip your life. So if you want to be in the hot seat and you have something you'd like a different perspective on, let us know. Shoot us a DM or a text, and hopefully you can be one of our call-in sessions next week.
Yes. Flip your words, flip your life. It's going to be a fun year.
Have a fabulous week, everyone.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.